Alright, I gotta make a video here for Bubba Athlon, Bubba the Felon, is that it? This is a Necchi Supernova. I'm just gonna make this real quick with my camera, or my telephone camera on my phone. So what you want to do here is, let me pull this back out, we'll start right over from the very beginning. You got 3 little holes up here in the top, and just to save time I'm going to skip that, but you're going to want to start from left to right to the top hole, and then lace it back through the middle hole, and then left to right to the bottom hole. And you want to go between your thread tensioning discs. You don't get it between those 2 little bevel parts down there, and there's 2 slots, 2 beveled slots that you can go in, because you can put 2 threads in this machine. You're going to want to go between those beveled slots there. You have to hold the top thread a little bit, and then you want to come all the way around those discs and around this spring here, that little spring right there that you can pull with the thread. And that goes then under this little bar over here. It's underneath there. And then it goes up through the thread take-up lever at the top here. Doing this with my left hand. Oops, I wrapped that around. See, now that's twisted around there. That's not good. You don't want that. You want that to just loop underneath that hook there. Up through the take-up lever. Now there's a little tiny slot in the front of this bar. I don't know if you can see it on this video, but you can just pop the thread right in there through that little lever, or through that little slot if you drag the needle across it. I thought you could. You did it before. There it goes. I just had it at an angle. Oops, and then it popped right back out. So thread that needle, through that little slot there, so it's going back down through that loop. Then you're going to come over to these little rings down here, and that's a thread guide. You put it through that little hoop there, and it's got 2 of them, so again you can put 2 threads in this machine. And then if you are so fortunate as to have a Necchi needle threader, it looks something like this. Well, no, it looks exactly like this, because this is it. It says Necchi right on there. It's the same green color. And what you do is you slip that up to the top of the needle there in a little groove, and you place those little prongs on each side of the needle, and hopefully the little tab at the bottom will go under and through the eye of the hook, or the hole in the needle. Let me put that, popped off there when I started to pull it. Trying to do this all, and then when you, oops, didn't quite get it there. Kind of hard to deal with. There it goes. Pulls it right through there. Or you can just use a regular needle threader. And then for the bobbin, you're going to want to come down here. Just do this all in one take. And you reach down, you pull your bobbin out like that. And it just happens that I have the same colored thread in here. We'll dump that bobbin out, and I'll show you that. You put your bobbin in the bobbin case. You want the thread winding on in a clockwise direction. So if you turn it around this way, it's winding onto the bobbin. Okay, so that's the top side of your bobbin. It drops into the bobbin case that way, just like that. So your thread is coming in a clockwise mode. So when you pull on your bobbin thread and it pulls out your bobbin, it goes counterclockwise because it's wrapped clockwise. Okay, and then you want to, okay, this is going to be the hard part. I'm going to need 2 hands for this. You want to get the thread and slide it up to that little slot right there. That little slot goes under that little plate there. That little plate is the thread tensioner for the bobbin. Here, let me see if I can demonstrate that. Alright, so then your thread should come out right there on the little edge of that little top plate. And then you just very easily pop it back in there until it clicks. Now, when you got how do I get that twisted around? You want to keep your thread straight. You don't want it looped around there. Like I must have pulled it that way. Okay, so you get your thread straight through your needle. Oh wait, this thread is twisted a little bit. This is some very old thread too. Alright, I don't think this is going to work now. Great. What did I do here? Well, you're going to want to hook your bobbin thread is what you're going to want to do, and I can't do it now because the needle thread just got pulled out. But you're going to want to hold your needle thread back and run one cycle until it pulls your bobbin thread up. Right there it would be pulling your bobbin thread up. You pull your needle thread and it'll pull your bobbin thread up till you lace bolt back and then you're ready to sew. If you don't do that, you don't pull your bobbin thread up, it might hook around there and tangle the threads up underneath there, and then it's going to break your thread.